Welcome to HR Spark, your go-to source for transforming HR into a strategic powerhouse. In today's episode, we are breaking down a crucial shift in HR, the transition from traditional HRM to strategic HRM. Ask yourself this: is your HR department a cost center or a value driver? The answer depends on whether your HR approach is traditional or strategic. Let's dive in. Traditional HRM focuses on administration and compliance. It is reactive, meaning HR only takes action when a problem arises, such as an employee leaving or a legal issue occurring. It prioritizes short-term fixes over long-term workforce development. Key characteristics of traditional HRM. Transactional. The primary focus is on managing payroll, employee records, and compliance with labor laws. Reactive. HR responds to workforce challenges as they happen, rather than planning ahead. Short-term focus. Decisions are made to resolve immediate operational needs rather than aligning with future business goals. Rigid structure. Policies and procedures leave little room for flexibility or employee development. Example: a company using traditional HRM only hires when a position is vacant. There is no forecasting of future talent needs, no long-term career development plans, and minimal investment in upskilling employees. Training focuses on compliance rather than professional growth. Why is this a problem? According to the U.S. Department of Labor, a bad hire can cost up to 30% of an employee's first-year salary. When companies fail to plan for workforce needs, they end up hiring reactively, leading to higher turnover and lost productivity. In contrast, strategic HRM shifts HR from an administrative function to a business strategy driver. Instead of simply processing paperwork, HR is proactively shaping the workforce to meet long-term business goals. Key characteristics of strategic HRM. Business aligned. HR works closely with executives to ensure that hiring, training, and retention strategies support the company's long-term objectives. Data-driven, HR teams use analytics and forecasting to predict talent needs and workforce trends. Proactive talent management, HR builds leadership pipelines, invests in employee growth, and upskills workers before skill gaps emerge. Flexible and adaptive. HR adapts policies based on workforce trends, employee feedback, and business needs. Example: instead of waiting for positions to become vacant, a company using strategic HRM forecasts workforce needs and develops employees in advance. IBM reduced employee attrition by 20% using AI-driven workforce analytics. By identifying employees at risk of leaving, HR was able to offer personalized career development opportunities, keeping top talent engaged instead of losing them to competitors. Why is this important? According to Gallup, organizations with highly engaged employees see a 21% increase in productivity and 22% higher profitability. Strategic HRM is about investing in people before problems arise rather than reacting to issues as they happen. Let's compare traditional and strategic HRM side by side. Approach: traditional HRM is reactive, addressing issues as they occur. Strategic HRM is proactive, planning for workforce needs before they arise. Focus: traditional HRM centers around compliance, payroll, and record keeping. Strategic HRM focuses on workforce planning, engagement, and retention. Employee view: traditional HRM treats employees as workers, focusing only on job completion. Strategic HRM sees employees as assets, developing their skills to drive long-term business success. Decision-making: traditional HRM makes short-term operational decisions. Strategic HRM relies on long-term data-driven workforce planning. Example: traditional HRM fills positions only when they become vacant, while strategic HRM forecasts hiring needs and upskills employees before gaps appear. Shifting from traditional HRM to strategic HRM is no longer optional. It is essential for business success. 3 reasons why this transition matters now. 1. Skills gaps are growing. According to the World Economic Forum, 54% of companies report critical talent shortages. Without strategic HRM, businesses struggle to find qualified employees. 2. Employee expectations have changed. Workers today seek purpose, flexibility, and development. Companies that fail to provide growth opportunities will lose top talent. 3. Competitive advantage relies on talent. According to McKinsey & Company, high-performing companies invest 2.5 times more in employee development than their competitors. Organizations that prioritize talent strategy see higher engagement, retention, and profitability. Example: Google integrates HR with business strategy by investing in employee engagement and innovation, making it one of the most sought-after companies for top talent. Microsoft reskilled its workforce for cloud computing, increasing revenue by 24%. Adobe ties leadership incentives to employee engagement, improving retention by 45%. And that's a wrap on today's episode. The role of HR is evolving. To stay ahead, companies must 1. Use AI and analytics. Predictive data will drive smarter hiring and retention strategies. 2. Invest in leadership development. The best organizations will coach employees for success, not just manage them. 3. Prioritize culture and inclusion. Research from McKinsey shows that companies with diverse teams perform 35% better financially. Example: Netflix's culture of freedom and responsibility empowers employees to make bold decisions. By giving employees ownership over their work, the company fosters innovation and adaptability. Next time, we'll tackle a hot topic: remote work compensation. Should you pay based on location or performance? Don't miss it. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review, share it with your network, and subscribe to the podcast. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, keep soaring. Here are 5 steps to start integrating Strategic HRM in your organization today. 1. Conduct an HR audit. Identify areas where HR needs to align with business objectives. 2. Align HR with business goals. Work with leadership teams to integrate workforce planning into corporate strategy. 3. Leverage workforce analytics. Use data to predict hiring needs, track retention, and measure employee engagement. 4. Develop employees for future roles. Invest in upskilling programs to keep your workforce competitive. 5. Foster a culture of engagement. Companies that recognize and develop employees see higher retention and productivity. Example: Salesforce implemented a continuous performance feedback model instead of traditional annual reviews, leading to stronger employee satisfaction and performance. The bottom line: companies that fail to shift from traditional HRM to strategic HRM will struggle to attract, retain, and develop top talent. Investing in a proactive workforce strategy ensures long-term success. HR is no longer just about managing people. It is about leading organizations to success. Are you ready to make the shift to Strategic HRM? If this episode resonated with you, please take a moment to like this episode to support HR innovation. Subscribe to SOAR360 HRM Solutions for more in-depth HR insights. Drop a comment below. What is your biggest HR challenge? Let's discuss and find solutions together. Thank you for tuning in to HR Spark. Keep leading, innovating, and transforming HR. See you next time.